Switchy.
It's the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Evening, everyone. Welcome to the universe. I'm your host, Yuno. So tonight, even though I'm wearing a Diablo shirt, I decided to go ahead and stream Elite Dangerous. Mainly, Diablo just started its season, so I still have time to dive into that. Probably take me about a month of playing to complete the season, if things go as well as it did for season 16. But for Elite Dangerous and my HOTAS, my joystick and throttle, for those not aware, I have the Logitech GX56 Rhino, and I've been having problems with the throttle ghosting, where random buttons fire off, doing things like boosting me straight into the side of an asteroid They wanted me to do some things like try it on a different PC. On my work PC, it worked just fine. Well, that's interesting. My stream seems to be having some trouble. I'll try to keep an eye on that. They said don't plug it into USB 3 at all, only use USB 2. I had to do some reconfiguring of my PC to connect a USB 2 header to external ports. My work PC, as I said, was all USB 3 and it didn't have a problem though. But I still had a problem here. I did some testing last night. USB 2 seems to be working better. Oh, I forgot to shut up Pretzel. Give me 1 second. Pretzel, be quiet. I tried doing a USB 2.0 hub plugged into USB 2 port. I should clarify USB 2.0 powered hub plugged into a USB 2.0 port. And I had ghosting problems. Back to straight into the ports, it seemed to be doing okay, but that's what we're here tonight to determine. Do some more flying around and see if I continue having problems. Now, the ghosting never happened on the throttle or on the stick, the joystick, only ever on the throttle. So it looks like one of my coworkers is online. He's in open play. I am not going to do open play until I am sure my throttle is doing better, and even then, I'm not sure how much I like open play anyway. Now, the best way that I've found to test out my HOTAS, which really puts everything through its paces, is to go mine void opals. That's actually not the one that I want. I want that. Right now, one of the places I know to get void opals is Wolf 582. It's just a little bit out there now because I had to go further to find a place to sell my last batch of void opals. Okay, if I'm going to go void opal mining, I definitely need some limpets. As you can see, I was plumb out. 38 ought to do. My nose has been itching since I did yard work earlier.
Landing log disengaged. Be wary of traffic on your way out.
Here we go. and forward, and avoid the incoming ship.
Landing gear retracted.
I'm far enough away, this is going to use up quite a bit of fuel. Come on. Thank you. Wait, what? You mean it didn't...
You are all clear. Good luck, Commander.
So it did not compute a route. No, it did compute a route. Clear route, recompute the route. Oh, then now it says I need to go somewhere else.
Frameshift drive charging.
I wonder what my luck is going to be like on Void Opals. Evening, how you doing?
Fuel scoping. Frameshift drive charging.
Before I sell any Void Opals that I might get, I just may need to refuel here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, that's what I'm here to find out tonight. I've been having problems with my stick and throttle, doing random buttons and basically trying to kill me.
Fuel scoping.
And I think that's been addressed, so I'm here to put everything through its paces and see if I can actually start playing this game on a more regular basis.
Disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
And one of the most strenuous tests for a joystick and throttle is, I think, flying in and around asteroids while mining.
3, 2, 1. Fuel scoping.
Evening, it's Dregs.
Fuel scoping.
The game is a pretty good game. There's a lot of management to it.
Frameshift drive charging.
So it's just a learning curve when you're first starting out. But it's pretty much an open world. You can do mining, you can do trade,
3,
you can do passenger transport, bounty hunting. It all comes down to how much money you have and what ships you can afford.
fuel scoping.
Right now for mining, I'm primarily mining void opals, and one of the systems I know that has a hotspot right now is Wolf 582.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Well, for me, multiplayer is basically like someone flies in and kills me, and I do a rebuy on my ship until next time someone kills me again, because I'm not really geared out or have the proper ship for combat. There are some ships that you can do multi-purpose, but the age-old saying, Jack of all trades, master of none, really applies to ships in Elite Dangerous. So kind of you have to gear out your ship for what purpose you want. Like this one here is geared out strictly for mining, not combat. Wasn't paying attention. Almost overshot. I'm not sure about on the map. But when you're within radar range, they can see you on the radar that's bottom center. I know if you're teamed up in a wing, you can typically see where your wingmate is. Okay, I don't want that one. Don't want diamonds. Don't want that. Okay, there's one, and there's one. I'll go do the Void Opal hotspot that looks like BB-8. I don't know how they actually have their servers laid out. I know that there's typically about, I think, 3,000 to 5,000 players at a time. But that's kind of spread out between open play and solo play, and right now I'm doing solo play, so I don't have to worry about players coming in and killing me. I only have to worry about pirates. Ah, wrong button. And if you see those blippy icons on my radar right now, those are going to be pirates. Luckily, I don't have anything in my cargo hold, so they won't bother attacking me. Well, it depends on other players. If you're in some of the more core systems, I think they call it the bubble, you'll probably see a lot more players. If you're somewhere out exploring the galaxy, probably not as much, but there's usually not as many star bases once you get out of the bubble. But for me, being a streamer, the very first time I played this, basically someone saw me, saw where I was, because I started in open play instead of solo, and jumped in, found me, killed me, and basically was like, welcome to the game. Luckily, it didn't cost me anything because I was still on the starter ship. Okay, you might be promising. Yep. Okay, so this is a core asteroid, it looks like, I think. I forgot to turn on my night vision. Maybe this isn't a core. Thank you for the follow, Dregs. That gets me one step closer to Twitch affiliate. I am now at 38 followers of 50. See, that almost looks like that is a fissure. Yep, there's some fissures. I wonder why it didn't, or it's waiting to pop that up. I see that it caught your follow, but it hasn't updated yet. So as soon as it does, my counter should go to 39 of 50 followers. One step closer. Okay, let's see if this is avoidable. Knowing my luck, probably not.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Nope. Low. There we go.
Asteroid scan complete.
So of course found a core asteroid right off the bat, but then it wasn't what I need. So since that popped up, thank you for the follow, Morlin. Well, not as much as void opals. And I have to check to see if pirates, lovely. You look promising from a distance, but you are a core. There's a fissure. There we go. Now you're lighting up like you're supposed to.
Programming limpet drone.
But as I was saying, I'd need to see where the nearest system that has the highest price
Prospector limpet engaged.
Another miss.
Asteroid scan complete.
I kind of like my Explorer because it's just about the right size that I can kind of dance in and around the asteroids. If I get a larger ship that can hold a lot more, I will end up having problems with the asteroids. And no, you're not what I need. But I think you are.
Programming limpet drone.
Survey says
Prospector limpet engaged.
the universe hates me.
Asteroid scan complete.
This is probably the furthest out from the, actually, I didn't target the hotspot. I usually like to target the hotspot and then navigate between it and the planet. Especially since this hotspot is shaped like BB-8 because it's right up against another hotspot. Also helps me to know about where I am in the midst of it. And so far my throttle is actually behaving. Sure, Drex. One of the aspects of the game is mining, and there's two types of mining. You have surface mining and subsurface mining. Let me see if I can find something with some surface deposits. Okay, like this one would be good for surface mining and maybe some subsurface mining. Let's have this rotate around a little bit. So there's a surface deposit right there. I can... missed. Okay, fine. I'll try this one. Huh. There we go. So I just broke off the surface deposit, which happens to be methanol monohydrate crystals. There's also some subsurface deposits that you can try to get. But what I am trying to do is what's called core mining. There are some asteroids that have a mineral core, which usually are the more valuable items to get. As soon as I find one that has void opals, I can show you about how I crack them open. Because the ones that have a core, you have to find the fracture points and launch seismic charges to actually break the asteroid apart and release the minerals. I am using the Logitech G X56 HOTUS. Okay, here's a core asteroid. Whoops. Okay, I don't think that was my throttle ghosting out on me. I think my wrist was on top of the buttons. So I know from playing the game, just from the looks of this one, when I hit it with the pulse wave, that it's going to be a core asteroid. And with your night vision enabled, you can see these fracture points. That means it is definitely a core asteroid. So now I need to launch a prospector at it to tell me what's in it.
Prospector limpet engaged.
So this one has bromellite. It is
Asteroid
not
scan
the mineral
complete.
that I want. I could break this one open, but it's mostly a waste of my seismic missiles and my limpets. One of the most valuable minerals in the game is void opals. I think the second most valuable is low temperature diamonds. So this looks like it's going to be a core asteroid. So let me verify by finding fissures, and there's fissures.
Programming limpet drone.
Okay, be a void opal. Void opals, finally.
Engaged.
Okay, now that I found a asteroid that I want to
scan
crack,
complete.
I need to look at the fissures. I'm looking for low strength for best bang for my buck. And there's 3 of them. And so now I'm going to launch a seismic charge into them.
Detonation sequence initiated.
The next one I probably only want to do a half charge. That's on the other side. What about this last one? Also on the other side. Okay, I'm going to put a half charge into this one, and hopefully that puts me at the optimum yield. Perfect. If you put too much in it, you will actually blow the asteroid apart and lose a lot of your bounty. Now I want to get 2 kilometers away to avoid the blast range.
Detonation in 10 seconds. Programming limpet drone.
And now I'm deploying collector limpets that will go out and
Programming limpet drone.
pick up the bits for me. In theory. Okay. So some of the
Scoop deployed.
limpets, or some of the items, will break apart and float out into space, and then these others are still stuck to the rock. So you have to use a blaster to knock them loose. That way your limpets can go and pick them up. Oops. Forgot to set my pip to weapons so they stay charged. And the other thing you have to worry about is your collector limpets are dumb. They will suicide into the asteroids if you're not careful. And I'm being not careful here. Yeah. Get over it. Okay. I think I rotated too much. Where are you at? There you are.
Collector limpet expired.
Well, as I said, he just self-destructed. Okay, that one's free, and there was one more. Actually, both of my limpets just committed suicide, it looks like. So I'll get a little ways away from the asteroid to open up the area around my cargo scoop and launch 2 more limpets. So that's core mining in a nutshell. Now I just sit here while the limpets go off and pick up all the little white squares and bring them back to me. And so far I have 7 void opals. Now they always come pretty much straight back at you and then suddenly dive around to go to your cargo scoop. I say it does really help with finding core asteroids because it really makes the fissures stand out. And of course, if you don't see the fissures, then it's not a core asteroid. Okay, is that the last? Nope, there's at least one more out there. And typically, once you find a good orientation that your limpets are not playing kamikaze into the asteroids, I pretty much just sit still so I don't waste the limpets, because I don't fully stock up, maxing out my cargo hold. Because if you do it right, you don't have to. I've actually had a lot of times when I've had to jettison limpets just so I can get more void opals into my hold. Okay, this is the last one. And also, make sure that you don't actually target the bits before you launch a limpet, or collector limpet. Because if you target the floating piece and you launch the limpet, it will go out and collect the limpet, or go out and collect the mineral and then die. If you let them just go do their own thing without targeting anything, they will go collect them all and then sit there and follow you until their timer expires. Okay, where's the planet? There we go. Yeah, I can hold, I think, 96 tons, and I took out 38 tons of limpets. So I've already used up 10 limpets. And that's because so many of these have not been void opals. The only downside to this joystick is that it doesn't quite fit my hand very well. Another trick that I've learned and since found guides that suggest it as well is when you go to the hotspot, always try to keep moving towards the planet. It helps keep your orientation in check so that you're not circling back and doing the same asteroids over and over again. Okay, that might be a core. Because it has the dark pattern, then goes bright. Oh, too fast. And see right here, with the night vision on, you can really see the fractures, or the fissures. There's a fissure. There's a fissure. There's some more on the other side of the roughness.
Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet engaged.
Void opals. About damn time that I'm starting to get
Asteroid
lucky.
Scan complete.
Only one low. That's annoying. You're looking for the asteroids that are bright. In my case, I've done this enough now that I know certain patterns, like the very dark, almost like a window screen pattern, and then it suddenly goes very bright. That's a good indication that it might be a core. Sometimes also you'll have a little bit of a, I don't remember if it's red and then goes green, or green and red. And then of course with the night vision on, you're looking for these fissures so you don't waste seismic charges. And there's also typically a certain shape of the asteroid that tells you it's going to be a core.
Detonation sequence
Yeah,
initiated.
but most of that is basically just doing it enough and starting to notice the patterns. Okay, since this is an average strength, I'm going to need to do another full charge. And then I need to do a low charge into a high. Nope, that didn't quite do it. Damn, I'm running out of time. Once you set the first seismic charge, you have 90 seconds to get all of them set. Missed. Oh, it still hit, but now I'm overcharged. No, optimum yield. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Okay, 2 kilometers. And turn back around.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
Okay, so that one told me that it broke apart 12 void opals. Evening, Vinegar Bob. How you doing? So you like the buffeting, huh? I don't like losing my shields. So when you have these,
Limpet drone error.
oh,
Deploy cargo hatch.
I guess that would help,
Cargo
wouldn't it?
scoop deployed.
When you have these marks that are dashed lines, it means it's behind. When it goes solid lines, in this case blue, that means you're seeing it and can actually hit it.
Incoming mission critical message.
Really? I'm busy. Oh, he suicided. Okay, let's try to get to an area where my limpets don't crash into the asteroids.
Integrity compromised.
Oops.
Shields offline.
I think I just bounced into an asteroid.
Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
If I had a bigger ship with more slots, I could have more collector controllers and more limpets out. Let's see, did I break all of them loose? Yes, I did. Wonder when they added the limpets. Because I know many eons ago they did not have limpets. But I've been drinking enough liquids right now that I need to go take a quick bathroom break. I'm just going to go ahead and leave the game up for right now since the limpets are doing their own thing. And I will be right back in a couple minutes. Now, I'm actually surprised. I saw some pirates when I first dropped into the rings, but then I haven't seen any since. Bonus delivery. Commander, we have a contact in the Epsilon Serpentis system. They have some important data that needs passing on to our client, Silver Galactic Partners at McCandless Enterprises. McCandless. What movie was that from? In the Thunderbird system. Please find Villatron Cordis and deliver the data for us. I'm not too worried about interdictions, especially with the POTUS that I have. When I first started and just had the keyboard and mouse, I was able to avoid all interdictions, but it was a struggle. But so far with the HOTUS, it's very easy.
Cargo scoop retracted.
that to change back to my A set. So far, this has not been a very productive mining expedition, but it has been a very productive stress test of my throttle to make sure it's actually working right. So my observations for the Logitech X56 HOTAS, there's lots of complaints about ghosting, where different buttons and switches will activate when you don't expect them to. Apparently, it is not really USB 3.0 friendly. And you really need to plug it into a USB 2.0. It does not like hubs, powered or not. So primarily just make sure that it's plugged into a motherboard USB 2.0 port. Nope, this is the first HOTAS that I got. And primarily I picked it because of how many buttons and switches and just the overall layout that it has. I seem to like a lot better than many of the other HOTAS sets that I've seen. And there's also a lot of them that don't have the yaw on the joystick. And I feel that that is an absolute must. You might be the right shape. Let me go take a look at this guy here. I do not see any fissures. Yeah, basically I call this dancing through the asteroids. Here we go. This looks promising. I just have to find if it has fissures. I don't see any fissures on it. There was no way that I could do that with the mouse and keyboard. Ooh, there's something that looks promising. Well, it lit up bright gold earlier, and now it's not lighting up at all. And yes, I do like to kind of just dive in and through. Luckily, I'm not playing this with a VR rig yet. I'd probably make myself sick. Definitely have surface deposits, but I am not seeing fissures. I wonder if this is the normal state of hotspots, or if oh, you definitely look promising, or if this has just been mined so much over the weeks or months. I don't even have to find a fissure. I know that I want to crack this thing open, or at least prospect it. Yep, there's a fissure.
Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet engaged.
Damn it. There shouldn't be so many asteroids in a void opal hotspot that are not void opals. You're promising.
Asteroid scan complete. Programming limpet drone. Prospector limpet failed. Prospector limpet engaged.
Yes, thank you.
Asteroid scan complete.
3 lows. This should be easy to crack open.
Detonation sequence initiated.
Average. Where's the other low? Perfect. Where's my escape vector? Right there. And let's blow. Whoops. Damn it. Let's blow this turkey.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
This time I'm not going to actually launch any limpets until I blast out the remaining bits so I don't cause them all to smash into the asteroid.
Cargo scope.
And allows me to get in much tighter. I do think that's one bug with the game is that when you're moving and turning, your fire doesn't go in a straight line. It curves. Okay, what is that? 3 more? I forgot to reallocate to my weapons. Thank you. Is that all of the surface deposits? Yes, it is. Okay, let's get to a clear space and launch my limpets.
Programming limpet drone.
It's already that late.
Programming limpet drone.
Normally that alarm means that I have to start wrapping things up, because I have to start getting ready for work tomorrow. Should have gone that way, that looks a lot clearer. I only have 32 void opals so far. Yeah, I'd like to say I think that I can safely declare my POTUS throttle working correctly and not ghosting on me anymore. But I know as soon as I say that, it's going to start ghosting on me. So I think I still need some more playthroughs to determine if it's messing up, but I've done a lot of dancing through the asteroids tonight, and normally when it was messing up it would be pretty obvious and just smash me right into an asteroid. Because one of the buttons it really likes to activate is the boost. Especially if I'm right in front of an asteroid. Really wish I could get some more limpets out, but not on this ship. Now, tomorrow is not one of my normal streaming days. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to play some more Elite offline, or if I'm going to start on Diablo 3 Season 17 offline. Because I'm actually surprised they started that already, since they just concluded Season 16 1 week ago. Used to take them 1 to 2 months before they would launch the next season. So fairly nice. I'm up to 39 followers of 50. 11 more followers to go before I hit Twitch affiliate. I kind of wonder if I'll hit that before TwitchCon. Y'all are still out there collecting void opals, right? Good. Actually, I haven't decided if I'm gonna try and go to TwitchCon yet. Primarily, I think I'd want to be at least a Twitch affiliate before I get to TwitchCon. Although I know you don't have to be an affiliate or a partner to go to TwitchCon. You can just be a avid Twitch viewer. But since I do have a normal quote-unquote 9-to-5 job, I need to have a little bit more incentive to go. Okay. If anyone's online, is my stream still working? Because my laptop that I use to monitor the stream just suddenly said it's disconnected. There was a network error. Try again. Not good. Boy, it took that limpet long enough to go get that last bit. Okay, I'm assuming with how much my viewer count just dropped that there may be some problem with Twitch. Either that or there's some problem with my cable network. Is there anyone still online? No one is responding, and I cannot get my laptop to reconnect to my stream to save my life.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Okay, if there's anyone still here, I apologize for that. I don't know who was at fault. Either Twitch or my cable provider screwed up. And everything seemed to drop off. Well, it's good to know that it wasn't everyone, at least. I do know that, as I said, my laptop that I use to monitor my stream, make sure that it's working, suddenly stopped connecting and could not even reconnect to my stream. know, either he timed out or I was too close to an asteroid and he smacked into it. That's one of the things I kind of dislike, is having to try to troubleshoot on the fly on stream. Let's see, I can probably give myself another 5 or so minutes before I've got to start wrapping up the stream, so I can get things ready for work tomorrow. You're not showing quite the pattern I'm expecting. Let's take a closer look at you, though. I am not seeing fissures. One of the things I've always found odd since I started playing Elite Dangerous, why the hell does the engine on a spaceship sound like a Cessna? Okay, you are promising. Survey says no fissures. Oh, so much for being promising. You don't really have the right shape for what I expect for void opals. And no fissures. It actually sounded like my ship was creaking and groaning there. Come on, give me at least one more void opal asteroid and I'll call it a night. If I could get a full cargo hold, I think it would actually make me elite on Trader. Let's see, not seeing any fissures. Yeah, they have some interesting and weird music in this game, and I don't know what their timetable is for when they play some of the music. Because it doesn't play all the time. There we go. That's a promising target. And it has fissures.
Programming limpet drone.
Come on, void opals.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Of course not.
Asteroid scan complete.
That is something I really want right now, so it's not going to give it to me. This one doesn't quite go bright enough. Asteroids can't be too big or too small. It already takes long enough to mine an asteroid. It takes forever to find one. Let's see what we've got over here. Now normally the asteroid looks kind of like a popcorn kernel. which would be more like the one on the bottom than this one. But they're both lighting up as promising candidates. But I don't see a fissure on that one. Where was the other one? Up there. And that has... let's not smack into it. This has no fissures. And typically the ones that have the fissures are almost never standing still. They usually have a good rotation to them. I think I'm noticing that they also tend to be in a group of 2 or 3 asteroids. Exactly how mined out is this system? And my other question becomes if almost all the void opals are actually mined out of a hotspot, does the hotspot go away? Or is the hotspot always there and you just don't find anything in it? Now this one looks like a piece of popcorn, but it's not lighting up like I would normally expect. I'm not seeing fissures on it either. Fissures. Yikes. That was a close call. Because I think I'm actually starting to get pretty good at my roll, pitch, yaw, and lateral and vertical thrusters. I know that there's absolutely no way that I've left the Void Opal hotspot yet. Because I'm still 0.3 something light seconds from the planet. Like I haven't moved at all. Okay, that was not ghosting of my throttle. That was my wrist going down and hitting that one switch. Because I just don't have anywhere to rest my wrist on the throttle. Not seeing all that many asteroids lighting up anymore. Okay, I've gone like almost 15 minutes past my 5 more minute mark. Of course, no fissures. There are just not any core asteroids out here. Nope, you're not behaving like you're supposed to for a core asteroid. Come on, I just want one more Void Opal asteroid. See, you lit up nicely, but you don't appear to have fissures. Nope. Okay, let's go take a look at you, little popcorn kernel. But also no apparent fissures. My fingers are actually cramping from holding the trigger so long. I think I'm in an area that the core asteroids have all been mined out. So when I first came into the rings, apparently I dropped into a really good spot, but I was close to an edge of a depleted spot. Actually, what I really needed to do was pop out of mass lock, hit Super Cruise, and move just a little bit. Because then maybe I would have gotten into a better spot. You're actually not of the right shape. Yeah, you don't have any fissures. I mean, so many asteroids that don't have any fissures. I'm definitely in a depleted area. Well, the nice thing about this game is I think I can actually quit out here and be perfectly fine. Now, of course, when I come back in, it will move me a little bit. I just don't know which direction it will move me. So I am more than half an hour past when I normally need to end the stream so I can get ready or get everything ready for work in the morning. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start closing down. I'd like to thank everyone for coming to the universe and watching me basically dance in and around asteroids while I stress test out my X56 throttle to see if it has stopped ghosting on me. So far, things are looking promising. It did not try to slam me into any asteroids. I'd also like to remind everyone that I am working towards my Twitch affiliate. I am at 39 of 50 followers. So any follows are greatly appreciated. And if you're watching me on my YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon next to it to be notified when I upload new videos. And please consider coming over to my Twitch channel and watching me live and following me there. So until next time, which I believe is Tuesday, I wish everyone a good night and a good start to the week. Ciao.